Can Kamala Harris beat Donald Trump? Who has the edge in the upcoming presidential elections in America? What do the surveys say? According to the latest national poll released by Reuters Ipsos, Vice President Kamala Harris is narrowly beating rival Donald Trump if elections are to be held today. Harris holds a slight edge over Trump with 44% to his 42%. The poll was conducted in the 2 days following Joe Biden's announcement on Sunday that he was exiting the presidential race and endorsing his vice president. This is also one of the first major surveys conducted since Joe Biden withdrew from the presidential race. In the previous week's poll, Harris and Trump were tied at 44%. Remember, Harris was just a hypothetical candidate in the last week's poll. While it's too early to jump to any conclusions, but according to political experts, Kamala Harris's entry in the presidential race has energized the Democratic Party's campaign. In fact, the Democrats have poured more than $100 million in donations into Kamala Harris's presidential bid since Biden dropped out. Her team said that it took in $81 million in the 24 hours after Biden dropped out, claiming that it was the largest amount of donations raised in a 24-hour span in American presidential history. According to reports, donors who had pulled back their funding over concerns about Biden's age have said that they now intend to resume their support for the party. According to the Washington Post, more than 44,000 people, led by black women, logged onto a Zoom call to support Kamala Harris and raised more than $1.5 million for her campaign in just 3 hours on Sunday night. The support was so overwhelming that the 1,000-member capacity was reached on Zoom, and then members of one of the fundraisers contacted the Zoom leadership and got the meeting upgraded to a webinar format to allow more unlimited attendees. Meanwhile, in another poll conducted by PBS News and NPR, both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are tied in an extremely close contest. The poll found Trump with 46% support and Harris with 45% support nationally, with about 9% of respondents undecided. Nearly all Americans, which is 87%, think that President Joe Biden's decision to end his re-election bid was the right thing to do. 41% of respondents believe Biden's decision increases the Democrats' chances of winning in November compared to 24% who think it decreases their odds. Both surveys come in the wake of an assassination attempt on Donald Trump at a rally in Pennsylvania on July 13th. The election campaign is gaining momentum, with Harris addressing her first rally. She spoke about her record as a prosecutor in California, where she said she knew Donald Trump's type.
In those roles, I took on perpetrators of all kinds. Predators who abused women, fraudsters who ripped off consumers, cheaters who broke the rules for their own gain. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type.